Dan, how can front offices begin to evaluate and develop their young talent under the current conditions that we have right now?
Well, Flo, I don't think there's an easy answer to that, buddy. I think we're in uncharted territories. Now, players have come back from injuries before, and they know how to handle that. But this large a volume of players, man, it's going to be difficult. For me, the one thing you can't do is treat everybody the same. I think you're going to have to look at each individual player and kind of evaluate where they're at. Through the course of the year, you want every player to get as many at-bats, as many pitches thrown, as many reps as possible. But at the end of the year, the most important thing that you want is for them to be healthy so they don't miss any more time moving forward. So you're going to have to take a really long view of the development cycle with all of the players within your individual organizations.
Dan, Randy Arozarena was the best player in the postseason in 2020. What kind of player are we going to see in 2021?
Danny, great question. I think that Jim and John may have had him a little low on their prospect rankings. And I understand the track record of hitting wasn't great, a little bit older. But when you saw him in September, and then, John, you saw him in postseason, he hit like really good pitching, and he hit all kinds of pitching, and he used the entire ballpark. So, Danny, I'm really curious because the league is going to now make an adjustment to him. He's going to have his own expectations based upon that performance, and the industry will too. So we're really going to have to see what kind of adjustments that he makes. The one thing we know he can do, we know he can hit a good fastball. And in this game today, when you can hit a good fastball, you got a chance to be productive.
Dan, I got two questions. The first is going to be, about which pitching prospect to look out for. But I'm also a guy to see, is there going to be a silver lining with all the risks that go into this? Is there a silver lining that missing all of this baseball, will we give anybody a chance to develop and pitch actually a little bit more and keep them down? Is that a possibility that gets guys more ready than just rushing them to the big leagues?
I hope so, John. When you look at some of those prospect lists right now, and you look at pitching in particular, I mean, we just run guys up the board that have plus stuff with very, very little field to pitch. And you and I have talked about this. They are injuries waiting to happen. And so I hope right now, the industry, we take a step back because we really can't push people with the risk of not having played a year ago and really give them a chance to fully develop into the kind of potential pitchers and players that they can be. And I hope you're right. And as it relates to a pitcher that has a chance to really pop this year, that's kind of under the radar for me, Daniel Lynch. And Danny, you like this guy. He's the 6'4" lefty from the Royals. He's long and lean. He's got a fastball that's a plus, but as you can see in his delivery, he's not a max effort guy. He's got a plus slider. He's 2 grades of a changeup away from me. Right now, to me, it's a fringy average pitch. He needs to take that to a 6. And if he does that, this guy has a chance to be not just a good starting pitcher for the Royals, he has a chance to be an impact starting pitcher.
Yeah, Dan, Kansas City has some nice young arms at their disposal. The Tampa Bay Rays, Dan, have the best farm system. It's considered the best in baseball. But who besides the Rays do you really look at their young talent and you come away with being impressed by?
Yeah, the Rays probably have, real Flo, a significant gap. But I'm really impressed by what the Mariners have done. I mean, a year from now, they could run an outfield that's got the Kelnick kid, the Rodriguez kid, and Kyle Lewis in the outfield, and they've stockpiled arms. Hancock, Gilbert, Kirby to go with Marco Gonzalez and Dunn and Sheffield at the big league level. And, they really have the makings in a division that I think is going to go through this period here where there could be a reset on the clubs that have been the most dominant in that division. A window could really open up for the Mariners here over the next 2 years to be the best team in that division.
Yeah, you're talking about the Astros and the A's. What are they going to look like beyond 2021? Hey, Dan, we always appreciate it. You always make us smarter. Thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll see you down the road.
Thanks, guys.